Welcome to the Ready to Love Season 3, Episode 6, but shows up in your DVR as 19, review. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm Cam. Let's get into last night's episode. I don't know if this episode or this show is giving what it's supposed to have gave, at least for me. Y'all let me know if I'm missing something.
Like, it's all you're seeing is pretty much first dates.
Yeah.
Like, no one spends enough time with anyone to really get
vibe.
Teamed up and cause drama or go against. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the show
50 first dates.
It does feel like 50 first dates, and it's like you can't get a good grasp on anyone's personality to even make a real sound or informed decision on what they're like, because by the time you're about to say, okay, I can see how this person is, they telling them you're not ready to love. Like, dang, like I didn't even get to really feel the person out yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and they never get to be genuine, because if you want to stay on the show, here's how you have to do it. Like, I have to show interest in you.
Yeah.
But it can't really be genuine, because I have to somewhat stay engaged with everyone else. Because if I just go with you, we saw it last, like, okay, I really like you. Yeah. But they don't, they know you like me, so they're going to vote you off.
And then they're going to be like, well, that's your number one. You seem to be locked in with this one. It's like, well, what you want me to do? I'm here to find love, and I can't.
And then if you go around and tell everybody you're the number one, they kick you off the show. I'm like, I don't get it. Are we supposed to be tactical? Are we trying to see people fall in love? Are we trying to see people manipulate love to play a game to win the show? That's
what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all let us know. Are we missing something here? And if anybody knows me, they know I love structure. As soon as I saw that the show titles are out of order, I felt like I automatically can't follow what's going on here. Because if you look in your DVR, it goes episode 1, 2, 3, 5, 19. I'm like, where are we at with this? Like, I don't know.
Count like PJ.
I'm just like, I don't know. I can't with this.
Ready to Love got me ready to leave.
With you. Right with you. But let's get into this episode. The show opens up with the ladies meeting up with Tommy. They meet up at the ladies' lounge.
A closed down Bennigan.
It looks like Papacito's. I'm like, why do y'all keep calling this a ladies' lounge? At least the men have an actual,
They're the cigar lounge.
Is that what that is? Okay, I thought it was like a studio. They had like a lounge set up.
This is just Tommy. This ain't nephew Tommy. He ain't got the production budget.
I'm like, y'all were meeting up at Papacito's and calling this a ladies' lounge. I don't understand. Somebody explain.
Can we get some chips and salsa? No, because we filming?
A sweet tea.
Because we're in a lounge. All right.
They got a long table. It's like a table for 12. Like, I just can't. So anyway.
You got waitresses over in the corner doing training. Rolling silverware.
So you say, if I add the 5 guests and put my name to that table, that's how y'all know that's the section I'm working in?
And I'm going to get the gratuity on that check. Anything over 8 people is automatic gratuity, right? Y'all hold it down. We tried to film our last thing. These 4 over here got to tell the next 6 ladies to go home, because I swear they went from 12 to 2.
Show us something else, y'all. Y'all got to bear with us. So Tommy tells the ladies that they are halfway through the process. He tells them, close your eyes and think about your number one man in your heart, and who you can see yourself in a committed relationship with. They all close their eyes, dreaming about their number ones. And he says, I don't want you to go on a date with them this week. I want you to go on a date with someone who you normally wouldn't date. I want you to explore something completely different. And they all look, I'm like, why the curveball, Tommy? And he's like, that's what I want y'all to do. So go out there and have dates with different dudes that you wouldn't necessarily date on a regular basis.
Go on a date with somebody you already don't really connect with.
Yeah.
Then hold that man accountable for trying to make a connection with you.
At at the end
and
of
then
the
go
week.
back and vote him off because he didn't make a connection with you.
Is that what I'm hearing?
That's why maybe I'm too smart for the show. Because I'm watching the show, I'm like...
It still made no sense.
But he said to pick the one you don't like.
Right. And try to make a connection. And then when you don't make the connection, you're going to end up saying at the...
Then you're going to go back with your girls and talk smack.
At the next Papacito visit that you want to.
You know, all their taping got to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. It got to be over
open.
by 12 because they open at 1.
Okay. So that was pretty much that scene. So let's move on to the next scene. Next scene, Alexis shows up on a date with Ron, I guess who is her number 2, but she knows that she is his number 1. So I don't see how that is following the rules of what Tommy asked her to do.
Just because he like her, she don't have to like him.
I guess so. Anyways, they go out to play putt-putt golf. During this golfing session, she says to him, she says, I know you're interested. She says, I know I'm still interested in someone else. That someone else for her is AJ. I guess AJ is her number whatever. I don't know. But she's interested in AJ. She says, why am I ahead of all the other ladies?
I need you to know the answer to that question.
We're ahead. Like we talk every day. I'm highly attracted to you.
Thank you. Same here.
Before I got here, my life was happy, right? With you, growth spiritually and everything like that, it has the ability to take me beyond where I even was or what I could be.
I don't think his answer was genuine. I think he got into like an interview mode and he was just telling her what she wanted to hear.
Right.
That's just what, like, tell me why I'm ahead of all the other ladies and I'm your number 1. And he was like, well, we talk every day. We're ahead. Like, what? But that's your answer? We're ahead because we talk every day and
right, and
you let me lead as the man? Like, y'all. And I think that's what this is really about at the end of the day.
Okay.
I don't think anybody...
Then it ain't ready to love, it's ready to win. And I'm still ready to go.
I'm moving on to the next scene. Next scene, Amber and AJ, they meet up for a date. Amber said she's not really into AJ because he seems like the playboy type, so that's why she never really vibed with him all this time.
I gotta get all y'all's votes.
She says that...
literally, to stay here, I gotta get as many of y'all's votes.
You gotta be like Troy.
As I can.
You're my number 1.
Yeah.
You're my number 1. Troy knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he just messed up. He should have been like, girl, don't tell nobody, but you're my number 1. He forgot to say the girl don't tell nobody.
He told everybody that.
Yeah,
without
he
the
was
disclaimer.
saying,
He needed that disclaimer in there. But Amber says she's hoping that AJ is not his arrogant and cocky self because that's kind of throws her off. And AJ goes right in on who is she into? Who's her number 1s? And I feel like that's what's throwing me off in every scene, as it is with you.
Yeah.
Is we're supposed to be here to try to know each other, to make a connection, to be ready to love, so to speak. But all we seem to talk about in every scene when y'all meet up is who's number 1s.
Yeah.
At some point, that comes up in conversation.
Yeah, you're supposed to talk about exes when you go on. When you meet, you know what I mean? Like, if we just start talking and I'm always like, oh, well, my ex did this, my ex, you'd be like, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Not only that, but, oh, this other girl I'm currently dating along with you does this. And I like her better than you, but you cool. You cool enough for me to go on a date with.
I'm trying to figure you out.
Yeah, but I like her better.
Amber says, AJ doesn't make the list, and she tells him it's because they never really talk to each other. Amber feels like AJ hasn't put the effort into getting to know her, and that doesn't do it for her.
It was 10 of y'all here, and I had to get to know all of y'all to get as many votes so I don't end up like the light-skinned lady with the long fake lashes on the first day getting asked to leave at lunch.
That was Ida. That was brunch.
Did everybody get their drink orders in? Well, Ida, you can go ahead and finish your drink because that's it for you, honey. I don't even get my salad? No. We only paid for a certain number of seats and you didn't make it.
Stop. So back to AJ and Amber.
But it was nice to meet you. Ida. No, it wasn't nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you. I wouldn't be leaving.
You were never gonna forget this. You were never gonna forget this. I'm going back to AJ and Amber.
Is she going back home?
AJ throws out there that, Amber, weren't you like into Troy and then somehow he fell to the bottom of the list for you? And Amber was like, well, that wasn't because of we were off on energy or anything like how me and you are. This is because of other things that Troy was doing. Also known as walking around kissing everybody on the forehead.
You're my number one.
So she clearly, I just feel like clearly her and AJ ain't gonna vibe.
You my number one.
They ain't gonna vibe. Even at the end of that scene, she was just kind of looking up in the air like she still ain't vibing with AJ no matter what. They don't connect.
Hey, can I be honest? I feel like some of these girls are intentionally voting people off that they know in real life they didn't have a chance with. I'm not saying the guys don't do it either, but I know that's how petty I am. Jeez, if I feel like, yo, she probably wouldn't talk to me in real life.
So let me just vote him off real quick before you
get rid of her. Because I might not be here next week. I didn't make enough people like me at the same time. Get rid of her.
Might be onto something. Let's move on to the next scene. Next scene shows Chrysanthemum meeting up with Chris to go on a date. Chris, a.k.a. Puma's dad or big brother. Or something. Puma from Black Ink Crew. But they meet up. And she is still salty because she's still talking about how she is not Ron's number one.
And remember, I'm not somebody's number one. Ron has told me that I am his number one. But I don't do number two. You know, I gotta have my little backup on the side too.
Remember, Ron's number one is Alexis. So, in last week's episode, or a week before last episode, she was very salty about that happening to her. So she's like, well, I need to make sure I have me a backup, so I need to make sure I go on a date with somebody.
But he's not into you either.
At this point in the show, though, Chrysanthemum seems to be the only person who followed the rules on what Tommy had said for them to do.
Right.
Which was find somebody you're really not into, not pick your number two. Find somebody who you would not normally connect with and try to make a connection with them. So here they are. They're at their date. Chrysanthemum starts talking about like her upbringing and, you know, how she was raised with her dad and all that. And then Chris reveals that his dad steadily denied him growing up, like didn't want to claim him. And then one day he tried to call and talk to him and he found out that he had passed away, which is very sad. And he said like that really took a toll on him because you don't realize how denying your child can, you know, create like a mental, you know, take a mental toll on you. So
I don't know how you could do it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Plus mine looked exactly like me, so there was no denying him anyway.
You are the father. So anyways, they continue to chop it up on the date, and they both realize during that date that they're just not into each other. They're just not 100% there, and there was really no connection. And Chris says that Amber, who just went out with AJ, is still his number one. So
right, and what should have happened was like, yo, we not into each other, but we could team up. I could tell you what the dudes is talking about the girls, and you can tell me what the girls is talking about the dudes, and we could try to make it to where we set ourselves up to be here at the end. We never even have to be together. We spin this off like into a sideshow, and we keep this gravy train moving.
Nene Leak said,
maybe we'll be live ghost on.
You never win when you play dirty.
You gotta play dirty. You play by your heart, you gonna end up kicked off at brunch.
I'm moving on to the next scene. Next scene, Amber meets up with Joelle.
You heard me?
For a date, which is weird because I felt like, didn't she already just have a date with AJ? So why is she going on so many dates? But she meets up with Joelle for a date. She reveals Joelle reveals that he would like to be married again.
You see what I'm saying?
They talk about her being a mom because they do have a 11-year age difference, and you know, would she be willing to be a mom to the kids that he does already have? She said that I'm gonna
be them children, mama. Be the mama of them children.
I'm very nurturing as a person, and I wouldn't mind being a mom. So they seem to, like, you know, connect, have a romantic connection. He's feeding her food. He did give her a kiss on the cheek when she showed up for the date. I wanted to rewind and put that in there. And she said if the date goes well, she would give him a kiss. So they're having their little romantic connection. And at the end of the day, he's like, yo, so did we do good? Where's my kiss? Or whatever. And she gives him a kiss on the cheek. But she then reveals that she felt horrible about doing it because she really liked Chris, Puma, from Black Acre. Right. She really likes him, and she felt bad to give Joel the kiss on the cheek. And
you should. They have words for people to do that.
What's the word?
I don't know. I can't. I don't want to be censored.
Next scene shows Liz and Jason. They meet up at the aquarium for a day date. Liz says that it is her heart is with David, but she wants to try to connect with somebody else, so she's going out on a date with Jason. So during lunch, Jason asked Liz, is there anything you would like to know about me that you haven't had an opportunity to ask? And Liz was like, actually, yes. What is your thoughts on sex before marriage?
I like it.
How you feel about sex? Sex before marriage?
Good question. Abstinence, celibacy, all that. I'm for it. If you for it, I would support you in that. It'll be a struggle.
Yeah.
It'll be a struggle. But if that's something that we're leading towards marriage, I'm gonna respect that and I'm gonna honor you.
That's important.
Jason was like,
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Is that the right answer? What? Well, I'm sorry. What is? I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Jeopardy. No. But Jason was like,
can I get a consonant? Can I solve it? I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Jason was like, I am here for abstinence, and if that's what you want to work towards and that's what you want to do.
Aren't you like 45? Why are you?
What
are you waiting for? Menopause?
He was like, if that's what we're building towards, which is marriage, I can't get this out. He won't let me get it out, y'all. Then I'm on board with whatever. I'm with whatever you with. Is pretty much what he was trying to say.
It's important for me to wait. For what?
I don't know. I'm
your
not
AARP card. New life alert bracelet to come
in.
What are we waiting on?
The fall risk bracelet.
Jesus.
I don't know. I'm like, when I saw that scene, and my first thought was like, what are we waiting for exactly?
Yeah,
like, what are we? She's like, I ain't trying to be nobody's girlfriend for 8 years, and I'm like, so you think withholding up into the marriage point means that he is locked in to stay? Or you think because you're doing it with him prior to that you're gonna be locked in? She must have had a bad experience.
Somebody told her she wasn't good at it. And she trying to get a ring on her finger, so you can't leave her when you find out she just
not doing it. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. So they go on the Ferris wheel for a ride, and at that point, Jason sneaks in for the kiss, and he grabs her face, takes a kiss.
And you cut me with your jagged edge lip. Meet me at the altar.
From Jagged Edge.
I'm sorry.
I can't get through this. They get off the Ferris wheel. They had a nice time. And as they're packing up, they're saying how good of a time they had. And he goes in for another kiss. This second kiss, though, seemed like she was kind of thrown off, like she wasn't expecting it. So I don't know if this was like
I had more action at the fair in the Walmart parking lot sophomore year of high school.
You've had more action, you said?
At the fair in the Walmart parking lot sophomore year of high school. Why is she acting like she's some 17-year-old?
I don't know, child. I don't know.
Charm that so like you damn near worn out.
No, don't say that.
She talking about I'm 40. No,
I'm
you're
not.
You're not 40.
I'm not far from 40 either. So I feel her on wanting
You shouldn't
to.
feel nothing about it. She looked like Aunt Viv, the second one.
Jesus.
Did you see the pink dress she had on?
In her interview session.
My 6-year-old daughter would love that dress.
Oh,
your
Jesus.
46-year-old self should not be wearing that dress.
She said she's 40.
Yeah, she lied. She missed that little part at the top.
I'm done. Moving on to next. Next scene shows Kyra and AJ. They show up for dinner. Keep in mind they do have history. They went on a date before in the past, and they had some situation happen where he
was broke and he couldn't pay for the bill. She had to pay for the date.
So now they're on another date, and they end up just getting to know each other again, and then they go into a game called Never Have I Ever.
Never have I ever cheated on someone. You gotta drink if you did do it, right? Does high school count?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, cool. Never have I ever been in love.
Oh, I'm gonna say, oh Lord.
And then she's talking about relationships and, having disagreements with someone and having bad communication and stuff. And he automatically is like, well, why do you think that bad communication, or I'm going to be the one that have, the problem with you? Or something's going to be on me. And she's like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But and they already start having bad communication. This is why. And they end up having bad communication, and Kyra goes into saying how every time she tried to talk to him, it's like this. Like, they can't, he won't receive it, she won't receive it, so they can't get into it with each other.
He getting mad because he's like, yo, I got this special room picked out, eating steak and scrimps and lobsters. And she like, I don't care that you spent all this money on this date and now you can't pay your rent at the end of the month because you trying to make up for the last time when you was broke and couldn't pay for it. I still don't want your broke ass. Like, I'm not.
He's trying to get a do-over for sure. He's trying to redeem himself, which is what he said. I just feel like they already have their defenses up from everything that went down in the past, so it's gonna be hard to get them on the same track. But after she ate a couple pieces of that lobster, she seemed to have.
You dipping in here too? Oh,
things wind down, and I think she could receive.
Is that wine too?
She started to receive.
Now, what was you saying? Why you couldn't pay for the bill? I guess. I mean, now that I look at it, that shit was cute. But why you didn't check your balance before we left?
Anyways, they started to receive each other's conversation, and they sealed the date with a kiss on each cheek. And that was the end of that scene. You're a piece of work. I swear to it. I swear. Let's move on to the next scene, y'all.
Ballin'.
Bernicia meets up with Dietrich for a date. Bernicia says that her days are pretty busy with her kids, running from dance practice to choir practice to every kind of practice. Like, she just got a lot going on, and she needs a man to be in her life that can be a leader and be a man, I can't never get this out.
Yo, every time.
What? What are you laughing about?
When she says that, my mind goes straight to Coming to America. I need me a man. A man. He got to give me Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Part 1 or part 2?
Part 1. You already know how I feel about part 2. Part 1. And they're going on the date, so they're sitting in the booth. And at first it's the twins. My name is Peaches, and I'm the best.
All the DJs want to feel my breast.
Then there's the big girls like, I need me a man.
I don't remember that scene at all, but I love Coming to America so much.
We're about to watch it again.
That's my... Yo. I can't believe I don't remember that scene. But anyways, we digress. You see how you are?
That's what she said that. And he's like, you make me nervous. Like, why you come off like this?
So Dietrich felt like... Yo,
I need somebody to lead me.
He was like, yo, you make me nervous. You a tough one. She's like, I just go for zero tolerance.
Yeah, that's what makes you tough.
Yeah, he's like, what makes you a tough cookie? Like, you're pretty tough. And he was like, you make me nervous. And then she automatically was like, I don't want no man that Talking about he feel nervous around me. I need somebody that could be strong and be a leader.
Can you split this into hers and mine? And she got the appetizer because I ain't eat that. But she's strong, so she'll probably pay for it. Get out of here. You're not going to call me. I'd have sat there like,
yo, he said, I need an appetizer, but she's strong, so she don't.
You're not going to talk bad about me.
She didn't say that to him in front of his face. That was in
That's exactly what happened.
No, not in his face. She didn't tell him that I don't like you in his face.
No, I'm not saying I don't like you, but she's questioning him like, I need you to show me your lead. So you're saying that I'm not a leader.
She said she didn't know. To be fair on Bernicia, she said, I don't know if you're a leader. That's why I'm asking all these questions to know. That's what was said in that scene. But when she had her one-on-one interview, she said, I need me a man who could not be nervous around me. But she didn't tell Dietrich that to his
I know,
face.
but what I'm saying is when you bring that up in the way that her strong ass brought that up,
her lashes, it was so much for me. It was like,
and they be throwing up West Side because they be sticking together. They don't be individuals.
It was too much lash going
Crossover.
on. Too much. So anyway, she said that's why she likes Joel, the one with the
he don't like her.
No, he loves her.
No, he don't.
Yeah,
he don't. She's just the alpha female. So it's like if I get it good with her, she'll bully these other chicks into picking me, and it just don't work out.
She really has a strong connection with Joel,
and we'll see how far that got.
This is why we can't watch a show together.
I'm too real. Like I'm telling you how it really is.
All right. So, anyways, Bernicia likes Joel. Joel likes her back. They seem to be each other's number one, but we will see where that takes them in this season. Yeah. Let's move on to the last few scenes.
Episode.
The ladies return to Papacito's, a.k.a. the ladies' lounge.
Y'all said y'all didn't have chips and sauce last time. Y'all got some rolls or biscuits. Something. Y'all got that honey butter. I like that honey butter. No honey butter?
Sir, this is not church's chicken. They meet up with Tommy. Alexis goes first and starts talking about her details with her date with Ron. And she was... making Chrysanthemum's blood boil when she's talking about Ron, because that's who she's here for. And she said she had the best time with him. The chemistry was magical. He gave her a piggyback ride. And then Chrysanthemum's face was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Or actually, Chrysanthemum was like, I don't know what she's talking about because I know I'm his number one because he shows me different when I'm with him. Amber goes next and talks about her date with Joel and how they had a great time and how he gave her kisses.
You heard me?
Which was her trying to be a little bit shady because they give cheek kisses. It wasn't like y'all was tonguing each other down at the table. It was a peck on the cheek, and then you act like you was about to die over it because you're loyal to Chris. So don't do that. Don't do that.
He was kissing me.
Yeah, don't do that, Amber. You're trying to make it more than what it was. Bernicia automatically felt some kind of way because she likes Joel,
Thirsty.
So don't do that. I feel like they trying to play with each other's emotions too and everything. So Bernicia, of course, felt some kind of way because she said that Joel is her number one and they never shared a kiss. So, but she's thinking like a kiss. See, that's why I feel like Amber was trying to stir the pot. She didn't give good details. It was a peck on the cheek. It didn't even last for 30 seconds. Kyra goes in and talks about her date with AJ, said that she had the most romantic date ever. So it went from the worst date ever to the most romantic date ever just because of the lobster and the private room. And, it was just so fancy. She had the best time. But AJ still ain't her number one, is what she said.
Yeah.
Ain't this some wild crap? Y'all got us all up in all kinds of mixed up.
Money on this steak and lobster.
Just for not to be your number one?
PPP loan out that I'm about to go to jail for.
I went to eviction status for this. For you to say I'm still not your number one. Jason went on their date. She talked about how he leaned in for the kiss. Kyra felt some kind of way. And I feel like everybody's in their feelings at Papacito's. They felt like you went on a date with somebody.
Shaking the table.
Okay, Michelle. I'm just saying, So, Tommy's like, okay, that sounds great. Everybody had a good time. Everybody liked everybody. Who are y'all not feeling, though? Dietrich name comes up. No one has a connection with him. And of course, Bernicia doesn't really have a connection because he doesn't have the leadership skills that she needs. Chris's name came up. They say they only see him in like the friend zone. Amber felt some kind of way because that's her number one. Remember, they like each other. And then everyone else voted AJ in after he done put himself in eviction status and on the FBI list for the PP loan. IRS list, sorry. I'm just kidding. He didn't really do that. It's all jokes. Before y'all try to be in the comments. Did he? No, he didn't do that. But he done went all out for this girl and then still got put on the chopping block.
Really, he didn't go all out. Because he went on the first date, he didn't pay. So he went on the second date, overdid it. So if you take the average
the sum of the two and divide it. Okay. So Ira was feeling very overwhelmed that he got, thrown into the chopping block because she really does like him, even though he's not in her number one. Exhausting.
If you really like somebody, let me ask you this. If me and you are on an island, or on the show, we'll say the show. Island. Okay. And there's 3 other dudes and there's 3 other girls, and you really, really genuinely like me, and I genuinely... This is how my brain works.
I hope you're not about to say what I think you're about to say. I don't
want you to be here. I want you to get kicked off immediately.
We think the same way.
Like, I don't want you around these dudes.
So let me tell you, this is how I know we're connected, because I was thinking to myself, okay, so when they get kicked off, and if you really like him, what's preventing you from being with him after the show is over?
If you really like him. That's why I said this ain't ready to love.
I thought the same thing.
If you was ready to love, you'd be like, yo, we need to get... Either we set this up and we try to take everybody else out.
Or just sabotage it so you could just get kicked out.
Or like,
so we could go do
I'm not here for this no more. I'm out. Like, and I found my love.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. Let's move on to the last few scenes of this episode, because this is where the ladies determine who's not ready to love. So let's get into it. The final scenes of this episode shows Kyra meeting up with Dietrich for a date. Alexis meets up with AJ for a date. AJ is holding Alexis and trying to be all romantical. And little does he know he's about to get told. She's like this. She's like, oh, I can't focus. I don't know what's going on. Like, you came here to tell this man something. You came here to get rubbed on. Which one is...
Snip, you gotta go home.
So... they're over there talking. AJ is holding Alexis, being, doing his playboy ways with her. And she's like, I can barely focus. And then she was like, I need to snap it together because I need to get here and tell you what I need to tell you. And then meanwhile, Kyra is talking to Dietrich at a different restaurant and asking him, like, how do you feel about the process? And he says he's still trying to figure out who's here for who and, and trying to just figure out the process. And he said he realizes that he may have been a little shy because he's just trying to, maneuver his way through this.
Based on the conversations that me and the ladies have had, at this time, we do not think that you are ready to love.
It's cool.
All right, DJ.
She was like, yeah, because... the ladies feel like you may not be ready to love. Boom. Before he can even figure out the process, he gets cut.
I am ready to love, but y'all ain't ready to be loved, so this is why I'm getting kicked out of here. If y'all was ready to be loved, this is so good.
Lastly, Alexa tells AJ that he was on the list for a lot of the women there to be cut, but they still believe he's ready to love, so they're giving him a chance to move on. So AJ did not get cut, only Dietrich.
I didn't know that. That's how I didn't watch.
You didn't receive that piece of it. So AJ's still on there.
I thought they both got cut.
Nope. AJ.
So if they only cut one person, where did all these people go from last week?
I don't know.
And why is everybody? Why am I the only one that noticed? We're missing I swear there was more contestants.
No, it's not. That's it. And that was the end of episode 6.
Lost contestants
AKA
faster
19.
Than Flavor of Love.
I Love New York.
Yeah. This is what the show should be. This show is more of that than it is
real
ready
love.
to love for real.
Yeah. But that was the end. You got me sitting back like I'm at chilling. That was the end of episode 16, also known as 19. Let us know
if I cannot come back next week for this show. Was that what you were gonna ask?
No, but I'm here for that question. Listen, y'all, is this worth going any further for?
Have I been negative enough for y'all to be like, yo, don't even do this show? Like, I kind of do like the show a little bit, and I don't want you to mess up my view of the show. So y'all just go ahead and take it easy.
The vibe is off. Maybe because COVID has something to play with it, because they're not in one house like y'all said they were last season. So
yeah, the way they were describing it, like the comments were described, was like, okay, that would be dope.
I have
like
heard
if it was
that
all
last
in one
season was better.
Yeah, if they were all in one house, because like they go on a date
and that's it,
and then they go home, and even if they are talking or then we don't get to see it or hear it. So we only see them on the date. Like, who isn't good on the date? And it goes back to your comment, like you said, it reminds you of 51st Dates. Yeah, I want to see when, like, she's yelling at him because he didn't brush his teeth before coming to bed.
Or and then the next night,
and then the next night he's like, damn, let me brush my teeth. And then she gets up to go to bed, like, you brushed your teeth, but why did you leave all the toothpaste?
Like, we want to see the real.
Yeah, and then the next night, like, why did you leave it? And then he's like, won't you shut? Like, that's what I want, life.
See the real behind it, but we just keep getting your representative at every dinner table, so we don't know.
Until I'm voted off for not being genuine.
I'm done with this. I'm tired. So here we go. Drop your comment in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts of this episode. Let me know what episode number we're on, because this is everywhere for me and I need some organization and some structure on this show. So tell me what number, what season. I've also seen like different season numbers for the same season. I've seen season 3 is what we're in, or are we in season 4? Help me.
I've seen enough,
help y'all,
and I ain't
to get
been
some
looking for no more.
This is so confusing. In the DVR it says season 3. On YouTube it's showing as season 4. I can't with this.
I'm thinking about some of the crazy stuff we just said. How like we might have to keep doing this.
I know this show is pretty.
I think it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
But no, I don't like it. As long as y'all know I don't like the show, then I can have fun doing the show.
Yes, we know. We do know. Also, please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button to support our channel. We're so thankful to y'all. And y'all have us out here watching this show with y'all, so let us know what your thoughts are and if we should continue to review this.
And did we get it wrong?
And maybe we're just way off base. Tell us. We want to know so we know what to do next Friday, Saturday.
And that lady ain't 40 years old. I don't care what y'all say.
Liz,
good night.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, you guys.